Welcome back to another episode of the Big Sis Blueprint. This is going to be a mini episode because I realized that I've explained what the Big Sis Blueprint is, what my intentions are, the impact I want to make, and what I want people to take from it. But I never really explained like who I am as a person. I did a whole episode on the girl I used to be. But for those of you who don't know me, I know y'all are watching like, is she even a big sis? Yes, I'm a big sis. I am a big sister. I'm a big sister to a 2-year-old, and I'm a big sister to a 25-year-old. Dorian is 2 years old. He's on my mom's side. Yes, almost up until 26 years ago, I was the only child because I don't know. I guess my mama decided she wanted to throw it back for a real nigga, and he caught it. And now I have a brother, and he's so bad. Y'all, he is so bad. Like, Dorian makes me think, like, are my kids gonna be this bad? Because mom has always said, like, Brianna, when you have kids, your kids gonna be bad. I'm not watching your kids. Y'all, like, I remember when my mama first had Dorian, and she was like, sometimes I wish I was the grandma. Like, girl, but you're not. You're not the grandma, you're the mother. So that's how active and wild my brother is. I have a sister on my dad's side. Her name is Jade. She's 25 years old. We haven't always been close growing up, but we're getting older, and you know, my prayers and my hopes is that as we get older, we become much more wiser, just learn to grow and to move on so we can build a better connection. Right now, I have worked in plants majority of my work span life, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. My first job was Wendy's. I started working at Wendy's my 11th grade year. Then I went to Logan's. So after Logan's, I went to Belk, and then after Belk, I got a job at Lowe's. I was working Lowe's and Belk at the same time. Like, ever since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted some money. Ever since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted a lot of money. And still to this day, like, I just want a lot of money. Like, I love money. But after I left, I want to say Belk. I actually had to leave Belk and Lowe's due to I got robbed. I got robbed in 2017 at gunpoint, and they took everything. And when they took everything, they had access to a lot, and on top of them having access to a lot, like, I never figured out who they were. Like, still to this day, I don't know who they were. The police didn't do their job. So when that happened, I kind of just had to everything that they had access to, I removed myself from. So I then started working at Home Depot Distribution Center in McCalla. That was my first time ever working in a warehouse, and I liked it because I liked the money. Like, I was like, ooh, I can work one good job and make all this money, and I've been working these 2 jobs this whole time. Like, let's get the ball on the road. So after working at Home Depot, I think I only worked there like 2 months. I started at ZF Industries. I was at ZF for 3 years. ZF is probably, I have like 2 favorite jobs. ZF is probably my 2nd favorite job. I love that job. Like, I learned how to drive forklift at that job. That job brought me financial stability. Like, that job it taught me a lot. But I ended up leaving in 2021, and then I kind of just went to Mercedes. I was at Mercedes for about 6 months, and then I went to S&P. I started out at S&P as a forklift operator, and then I moved up to quality, and then I didn't want to do quality anymore, so I learned production. And then when I learned production, I eventually became a team leader. Being a team leader was 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. Very ghetto, very stressful, because I was still getting like that. Being a team leader was crazy because, like, I had to deal with, it really was just like the management. Like, they thought that when I became a team lead that I was just gonna like dim down for who I am, and come on now. Like, anybody that know me, like, I'm not doing it. So like, as vocal as I was, I still got in trouble for it. They thought just because I had a vest on, like, I just had to change my ways. Like, no, like, you was not finna talk to me crazy. I don't care what color vest on. But it don't work like that. Like, I don't care who you are, what you do, what status you hold, you're going to talk to me with some respect. And the minute you talk to me with disrespect, I'm going to take it there. I always have, I always will, because if I don't play about me, who will? Other than my mama, well, my parents. Like, I gotta stand up for myself. So that was that. It wasn't a bad experience. I don't let people talk to me crazy. Like, I don't do that. And then when I left the plant, I had been in the plant from 2018 up until 2024. So it was a big adjustment to me. I left the plant and then I went to Walmart. I worked at Walmart for like a month and a half. Walmart was a really cool job. Honestly, if I didn't get the job at the preschool, I would have never quit Walmart. I would probably still be working at Walmart to this day because it was a decent job. Then, like I said, I received the job at a preschool. I love those kids down. Like, I still remember all 11 of my students' names to this day. And I think the last day I seen them was May the 8th of this year. But I loved my kids down. Like, I learned so much. They taught me so much. But the environment, no thank you. No thank you. I'm the type of person that if I don't want to deal with something, I'm not going to deal with it. And so since I don't have to deal with it, I'm not going to deal with it. And that was just one of those situations. Ever since I've learned to just stick up for myself and, not play about me, it's always been easy for me to leave a job. Like, if I don't like it, I'm going to leave. But like, I'm great, even though the environment was what it was. I'm grateful for the experience because like I said, it taught me so much. Like, I learned so much. Those kids taught me so much. But also, like, on a more personal note, and this is my opinion because this is my experience. I pray that when I'm able, when I ain't gonna say when I'm able, when I start having kids, that I am able and I will be able to just stay at home and watch my own kids, because that's all I'm gonna say. Like, no, absolutely not. I've seen a lot of things. I've watched a lot of things. I've been behind the scenes of a lot of things. And if it's up to me, absolutely the fuck not. Like, no daycare. But enough of that. So now I currently work at Amazon. I work 4 days a week. I'm off 3 days a week. I really love my work-life balance. It's probably the most decent it has been in a while. Typically during the summers, I work at the Boys and Girls Club, but this summer I decided not to work at the Boys and Girls Club. I love the kids, especially the ones who they return every summer, so they remember me and I remember them. And it's such a cool experience. I did apply to work, but and then they reached back out to me, but I just don't think that was God plan for me, because there was no follow through with that, so I don't think that was God plan for me. I think this was God's plan for me to find another hobby. Now I am attending the University of West Alabama. I am pursuing my bachelor's degree in elementary education. Right now, that's what I'm pursuing it in. But honestly, as I've been thinking, I think I know what I'm going to change my major into. I can't tell y'all how many times I've changed my major. Like, I know it's been over like 6 times, but every time I change my major, it's been English teacher, it was child development, elementary education. I don't know why I thought I wanted to do nursing. I wanted to do nursing because I wanted to be a pediatric nurse, but then I was like, I gotta do all this other stuff? Never mind, this is not for me. This is not for me. I've changed my major to interdisciplinary studies. I think I'm saying it right, because I just didn't quite know what I wanted to do. And right now, I am going to change my major. Right now, I am on a break from school. I decided not to go back in the fall because this past school year, I was just unfocused. Like, I did the best that I could, but I was unfocused. And I think I was unfocused because I was unmotivated. You know, as much as I love kids and being around kids, I just don't think that that's a part of my purpose anymore. And when something is not enjoyable to you, it becomes draining to you. And when something becomes draining to you, you dread doing it. You don't want to do it. So instead of just constantly pushing myself to go to school, don't quit, don't give up, I decided to take a break until I could figure out, you know, what is it that I want to go to school for. Because if I just keep going to school and trying to pursue elementary education, and I really don't think that that's what I want to do anymore, it would literally just drag me into depression because I would be dreading doing work. And if I'm dreading doing work, I'm procrastinating. If I'm procrastinating, I'm failing. If I'm failing, I'm getting put on academic probation. Like, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that can be prevented, so I'm prevented. So right now I am on a semester break. I will go back in the spring, and right now I know what I want to change my major to, but that is, what is this, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. That's 6 months from now. It could change again, but I'm not really quite sure. So in my last video, I titled it The Girl I Used to Be, and I elaborated on who I used to be. And what I mean by that is, like, basically there was a version of me, and I've outgrew that version. I'm pretty sure that this version that I'm in now, like, I will eventually outgrow this version as well. But I titled it The Girl That I Used to Be. But like I said, I didn't really elaborate on who is Bre, like who I am, what I do, what I like. Another thing I can say is I am 98 pounds, y'all. I have only been 100 pounds like 3 times in my life. And one time was this year. The most I've weighed is 106 pounds. So I'm real itty bitty and little. No, I don't starve myself. No, I'm not anorexic. I hate when people ask me that, by the way. I think my metabolism is just high, because anybody that knows me knows, like, I eat like a dog. And that's why my boyfriend called me a big bag, because I eat more than him most times. Like, you know, I just don't gain no weight. I don't know. So as far as like just what I like to do, I love to sleep. Yes, I love to sleep, because when you sleep, like, ain't nobody bothering you, and I don't like people bothering me. But I love to sleep. I love to eat. I love spending time with my family. I love spending time with my boyfriend. I love having girl time with my friends. Over the last 2 years, I have dropped friends like flies. I'm talking about, you gone, you gone, you gone, you gone, you, oh, and you thought you weren't gone, you gone too. Like, it's literally, it's been like that. So when it comes to a friend circle, my friend circle is super small. I can probably count, I ain't gonna say I can count on one hand my real friends, and I'm not even gonna get to 5. With my friend circle being so small, one thing about my friend circle, everybody has their own lives. They kind of, everybody just do them, but they know, like, if they need me, I'm gonna answer the phone. They know if they need me to come, like, I'm coming, I'm going to show up. Like, I may not text you every single day or probably every week, but you text me and say, hey, I need you there, or you text me and say, hey, I really need you, I'm there. You know, I'm that friend that's going to show up. When I got into a relationship, I've been in a relationship 1 year, and tomorrow will make 1 year and 9 months. And when I got into a relationship, I can be honest and say, like, I kind of just, like, I went from being like this social butterfly to like I be with my man. I be with my man. I be with my man. So one thing I wanted to work on this year was spending time outside of my relationship, getting back to that girl time. I wouldn't say that when I get in a relationship I forget about my friends, because that's never the case. But I did stop doing friend dates. I did stop going places, and this year I was like, you know what, I gotta work on, you know, my relationships outside of my relationships, because they're still important as well. So when it comes to my parents, my mom, I ain't gonna tell her age, but she's getting there. But I love my girl down. Like, I love my mama. We may argue and bump heads, but that's probably because I act just like my mama. People who know me and even my family, like, I act like my mama. I talk like my mama, but some people say I look like my daddy. I think I look like my mama though. But like I said, I love my mama down. Like, that lady can have whatever she like if I got it. And I can't wait till it get to a point where I don't ever not have it, because she can always have it. Like, I love my mama. Like, she created the hustle in me. Like, she really taught me a lot without having to say too much. Like, one thing I admire, like, I ain't never seen my mama with her hand out. Like, I ain't never seen my mama with her hand out ever. Like, ever. And so growing up, like, I ain't never had my hand out. I'm gonna go get it. Before I put my hand out as anybody for anything, I'm going to go get it, because that's what I was taught. Y'all mamas need to teach y'all something. And my dad, when I was younger, I was a daddy's girl. Like, I remember I used to get whoopings, and I used to be like, I want my daddy. I want my daddy. My mom would be like, well, go get your daddy. You call him then. He ain't gonna answer. And he did not answer. But he would call back. So that is it for this mini episode. I just wanted to come on here and show y'all who's Bre, explain my personality, and explain who I am. Like I said, I talked about the girl I used to be, but it was so rude of me not to just introduce who I am as a person. Not bigger than my program over here. Like, this is my program, and then, like, this be people. Not bigger than a goddamn program. I'll see y'all next episode. Thank you for tuning in.